Good evening and welcome to the stream. This is part 16 of our ongoing quest to finish up Might and Magic 2 on the Mac 2. I'll apologize in advance, but I have a bit of a sore throat and a cold, so if I cough, I'll try not to do it into the microphone, and I hope my voice isn't breaking up too much. Hello, Gleeser, welcome to the stream. Did you catch up with what we've done over the last 2 sessions? We've been busy. There's been a lot of grinding. And in general, what we've done now is I finished the class quests for the Knight and the Paladins, and last night I mapped the outdoor areas of B2 and A2 and finished up Sarkin's Mine, which gave us some experience and allowed us to level up a little bit. I was going to make another run at the Archer's quest now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave Big Boutte here in Middlegate. I'm going to run over to Atlantium and fetch the Hireling Archer and take her over to Middlegate. I made the mistake of bringing her back to Atlantium last time. I think it's better to... Thanks, Gleeser. Yeah, it's better to have the game in the bigger window. I have to run and get her again. This time around I will leave her in Middlegate where we can easily pick her up. I'm also going to stop in Tondora later and look at the latest hirelings, which are Jedi and I forget what the other name was. No Name and Jedi, I think, or something close to that. So this is the Archer. She is fairly weak, but I have a little plan here. I'm going to take the other teleport back. And we might as well just stop over in Tondora and take a look here. What is on offer? Sir Kill was the other one. A human knight, level 15. Fairly experienced, strong, accurate, high endurance. It's a very good character. This is another archer, level 15. Highly accurate, strong intellect. This is an excellent archer. I will temporarily move Sir Hiron here and add Jedi over. This is a far better hireling. So I will remove the stuff that she has here and transport it over. We won't use this archer anymore. I will leave her at the inn here, but I will equip him with this wrong alignment. Okay, I need to find a different weapon for him. Let's see what we have here. not a lot on us. It's probably on one of the other hirelings. I will leave Cleogotcha here. I will add Sir Hiron back to the party. And then we will make our way back to Middlegate. This is the wrong portal. This is the right one. Yes. So we didn't make a ton of progress while you were gone, Gleaser, but still a little bit. And just the class quests are made a huge difference, which is why I'm going to attempt to finish off the archer quest. It would help us a lot to level up the archer. Let's see here. We are back here. I will leave Sir Hiron here and add Big Boutte back to the mix. Yeah, he has a lot of different things that we might potentially use here. He has the Burning Crossbow +6, which we can actually use. And perhaps this is a better armor, but we can't wear it. So he has an armor class of 13 now, but he has 3 slots free. That's decently good, actually. What we could potentially do is he also has a lot of hit points. What we could potentially do is we could add some of the defense rings. I'm going to remove her ring here and transport it over to the inventory. And we won't be bringing Magic of the Spell with us, and we won't be bringing Friar Tuck with us, and we won't be bringing Sir Roland with us. So we will move their rings out. So he's now fairly well equipped. He has the electric axe +2 and the burning crossbow +6. So he has a armor class of 58, which is very good. 165 hit points for all intents and purposes. He's a stronger character than our current archer. And we can bring the thief along with us as well. And since we're going to do so, I'm going to remove the sapphire pin, which brings us additional luck. We already have a thievery percentage of 100%, so our need for the luck element has been reduced a little bit. So I will trade one of the emerald rings to the robber and have him equip it, which will bring his armor class up to 29, which is quite a bit more important to us right now. So I'm going to remove everyone from the party except for those 3 here. And I'm going to exchange places here and leave Jedi in the front. He was what, a level 15, so he's a level 5 spellcaster, just as William Tell is. So that's good. We are going to make another trip, this time over to Volcania, to visit the blacksmith there and buy some herbal patches which enable us to heal up a little bit. It's not much, but it's better than nothing if we are in a pinch. And I will trade these over to the archer. Chances are it's mostly useful for the thief. Brought the wrong character with us here. Yeah, it is. It basically means, or it did at least, and it mostly brings us 3, 4, or 5 levels of experience. And the characters that we have already finished the class quests with, they have now reached the point where they are at a level of 21, some of them. So once the characters reach 21, they are pretty much ready for anything. So that's positive. We have a few of these herbal patches now here. I can buy one more. But for all intents and purposes, what we really need here is maybe not a ton of these, just enough to fill up the robber himself, because I might as well go the other way. It's mostly the robber that will be doing the healing. He's at the back of the party, so the plan is to I will add him temporarily here, since we need to transfer the herbal patches. Missing one. I will leave the 2 here and 1 here. And remove Big Booty again, and now we're basically ready here. I will sign back in with this current arrangement. Now we're basically ready here, and the plan is to go meet the Baron. I have a teleport orb here somewhere, but we don't really need it, since the characters already have a teleport spell. When I attempted this, the archer was at level 13. He's gained 2 levels, and we now have the hireling archer as well, so this might be enough. We made a pretty good run at the Cleric's class quest, but eventually fell short once more. But we were actually pretty close to being able to finish it. And we needed a little more oomph. Now we are going to B2 X11 Y2, which is in X11 Y2 2 forward. Going to go 5 squares forward here. And there is Baron Wilfrey. Now he doesn't have the Sandstorm spell. It's a little bit annoying. But William told us, and we were able to at least hit him. We might need to go and learn the Sandstorm spell. And the Shield spell as well. Doesn't have that either. It's unusual for a hireling not to have all the spells. I just assumed that he did. Let's go learn some spells here. While we're at it. I don't think these are second town spells, although they might be. Some of them might be. No, they're not. I will. The third town spells. I remember the guild is all the way on the other side here. Yes, it is. And we can't learn any of these spells. The hirelings can't be taught these spells. Okay. That certainly makes him less useful. It really does. Okay. We'll do it anyway. I will restore the save and we will try it again. Might be possible. We were at least able to hit him a few times now. Just have to find which spells it is that are actually effective against him. And if that doesn't work, we will simply have to return at a later point. It does have significantly more spell points, so I will use him here. Now, this is where having the herbal patches really comes in handy, because you can, all you really need to be able to do is revive the members, and so we can use them later on. We tried the Fingers of Death. That didn't do very much for us. We might try the Disrupt spell. It does not work. We already tried the Fireball spell. That one did not work. The Lightning Bolt spell does not work. Sandstorm spell does. The Sandstorm spell does work. But now we're out of spell points. It's one of the disadvantages of William Tell. We haven't really leveled up his intellect at all. We are focused on his accuracy as an archer more than on his magical abilities. So now we are out of spell points. And our main problem here is that he's very hard to hit. He has some 300 hit points. So our main problem here is actually being able to hit him at all. Now let's see here. How many experience points does he have? He has 2.3 million. What is his status here? He needs a 320,000, and William Tell needs 519,000. Okay. Yeah, potentially that might work, but we have really, when we only have the archers, our options there are limited. We have the shield spell itself, which is for us, for our own party. We could use that to reduce the damage that he does, but it doesn't really help us bring him down in any way. Try it again. Test this out a little bit here. We're in no particular hurry. There is Baron Frey. I will resurrect William Tell here. There is both a shield spell and a power shield spell. The power shield spell is much later on, but yes, the shield spell is only for ranged, and the power shield is for every weapon. So the power shield spell is a much later spell. It's a level 8 spell. But seeing as this is probably an archer, I would think that the shield spell actually works. But it doesn't really help us in regards to being able to bring him down, because we need to be able to do damage with a spell that we can actually perform. But seemingly this helped. He was only able to take about 40 hit points off. So seemingly that helped a little bit. A disrupt spell we had already tried. The problem with the disrupt spell is that I don't think it can be used in hand to hand, so basically if you are at the front of the party you can't use this spell. I will a lightning bolt spell does not work, as we've already figured out. And the shield spell does work, because he was able to do some 229 damage, but he was still not able to bring down Jedi, so it's obvious that it does work. Acid Stream does not. We can shoot him. Perhaps that is just the best way to approach this. Might be the best way to do this. There's only one of him, so point about these verbal patches is they really do come in handy. And the problem with this approach is that it will take forever to bring him down this way, and a high degree of accuracy is required for this to actually work. We are running out of herbal patches. But we are also making some progress in bringing him down. Not a lot, but some. Now we can't use the herbal patch. We can only use it here. Now I no longer have an herbal patch, so we are actually pretty close to bringing him down. So what I will do, I will spread the patches out a little bit more. I think this is doable. We just need to be very careful of what we're doing. I will bring in Big Bouteille here and move some of these items away. They are meant to be stored. So are these two here. I'll leave Big Bouteille here, and now we have some extra slots. We have 3 slots free here, 2 here. I'll run over to Volcania again and buy some more patches. He's full now. We need 3 more. Yep. Okay. These portals in the towns are such a time saver. And I wonder, can we actually... We are an extra level. We will go... I might as well cast a teleport spell. We have really no spell with the higher link that is useful. The archers have a far better armor class. The frontmost one has an armor class of 58 because I've equipped him with 3 of the rings. And William Tell has 48 because I'm using one of the slots to increase his accuracy, which is also helping us hit. He has more of the hits than Jedi does. And the Pink Panther only has 1 ring because obviously he's wearing a pick, and which is taking a slot away, so we can't use all of the slots for armor. I will start by... I need to cast the shield spell, and only William Tell is able to cast the shield spell. So I will shoot him. I will use this turn to cast the shield spell. We managed to hit 2 times. This is possible. I just think it's difficult. with the healing patches on us, I do think we can pull this off. Just going to take a few turns. We really don't have the magical ability to take him down, but we have enough melee capability to actually pull it off. It's mostly because he doesn't manage to kill any of us. He doesn't get multiple attempts to kill us. Although this is very slow progress, it's still some progress. We have rounds where not a single blow actually hits him, and he has hundreds of hit points, so it's going to take a while. It's tempting to take a look here. He has 74 left. That's not a lot. And he just lost 39, so he only has like 30 left. So we will bring him down. Just a matter of time. 19 more, so he has close to 18 left now. He might go on the next blow. But we do need to actually be able to hit him. Down he goes. 30,000 experience points. And since we brought along the hireling archer, we also level him up considerably. We have saved the Falcon Forest from the ruthless Baron Wilfrey. Now we will return to the Jurors for our reward. Now I will go back to Middlegate in the meantime, because I want to fetch the rest of the party. Or most of it. I will leave Big Boutte. Bring the rest, just in case we have an encounter somewhere along the way. Where was it again? Here somewhere. Yeah. We already read this, and we will have to read it again anyway when we turn around. Archer Plus and Archer Plus. So that is going to be very useful for us. We can drop these purple patches here. They are useless now. Already used them. But they are very useful, even if they provide very little actual healing power. They are still able to keep you alive. So a plaque left by the Jurors of Mount Fairview reads, for each character class a test of true standing must be completed. If you have already completed the test, your reward is 5 million experience points and a recognition in the form of a plus. Classes must go alone without the rest of the party or in the company of robbers, who must aid at least one class to earn their mark. Knights must defeat the Red Knight of Joustus Way. We've done this. Paladins must defeat the Frost Dragon who resides in the dungeon beneath the Forbidden Forest. We've also done this. Archers must stop Baron Wilfrey from terrorizing Falcon Forest, which you just completed. Clerics have to reunite the soul of Mighty Cleric with his body. We found the soul, but we have not successfully reunited it yet. And sorcerers must release both the good and the evil wizards from the Isle of the Ancients. We have not attempted this yet. Ninjas must assassinate the chaotic Dawn of Dawn's Mist. We have not done this either. We have no ninjas on the party. And barbarians must defeat Brutal Bruno the Barbarian Chieftain, which we have not tried either. We could potentially, just for the spirit of actually completing all of these, take the barbarian hirelings along and have these battles, but didn't really serve much of a purpose for us. We'll sell this herbal patch here. Keep this sapphire pin. Nothing really on us here, so we will go level up. Now Jedi moved all the way over to level 21, which is as we expected, and so did William Tell, and he's only 100,000 off from being able to. Oh, he's 100,000 off from being able to level to 21. Okay. I think we will simply finish that by doing a little grinding here. We'll remove Jedi and reorder the party in the correct order. Sir Lancelot goes in front, followed by Sir Roland, followed by Sir Hiron, followed by William Tell, and Friar Tuck, and the Pink Panther, Magic at the Spell, and finally Big Boutte. I'll trade the places here again. So now the party is back to normal, except William Tell has now been leveled up to a point where he has 198 hit points, and he's getting pretty close to being able to do these big time fights. One thing I forgot that we need to finish here. I will remove Big Boutte again and add Jedi again, because I need to get the defense rings back. I will leave these items because they are mostly items that are useless to us because they can't be worn by people with the same alignment as our archer. So this is the Sorcerer's Emerald Ring, the Cleric's Emerald Ring, and the Knight's Emerald Ring, if I'm not mistaken. Who is missing a ring now? So Roland is missing one ring, because we gave an additional ring to the robber. One thing we could potentially do here is simply go over to Tundra and get ourselves one extra ring. That won't take us very long. We have access to the duplicate spell, but the problem with that particular spell is that it requires 100 gems. So it's a high price to pay right now. We don't really have a great number of gems. But to do this, we need to remove the rings. Can't go in there wearing the rings. I believe we transported all of them over to Jedi. We will simply leave him here. I don't think we have any rings on us right now. No, we don't. So we will use the tried and tested method here. Turn off the switch and run away. Then go fight the snow beast. Get the ring. Trade it to Sir Hiron. Dismiss him. And go pick it up. We're not being allowed to get a ring. Hard to say exactly what that is. Let's check this out again. Enter into the inn, save our progress, and try it again. It's possible that the game stops allowing you to execute this after a certain level is reached. It's entirely possible, but it's also possible that there is a total limit in the game as to how many times you can do this. We already had 8 of them, so we already completed quite a few of these. Perhaps we are not allowed to have any more of them, which would be a bit of a bummer because these are very useful items, and if that is the case, then I am very tempted to try to duplicate it, even at the cost of 100 gems. The game is certainly not giving it to us, so some reason our time frame to do this has left us. So, we will simply have to duplicate it, even if it means 100 gems are lost. We can go to the Druid's cave and fetch a few gems if we're totally out. There is a way to do that. I will add Jedi back to the party here. And go back to Millgate through Zanzibar. It was at least a valiant attempt to do this. Let's see. I will transfer some of these here. Okay, we need an additional one for the robber, so what we're going to do is have Magica Dispel remove hers, and I'll turn around, save, and this spell has a certain chance of backfiring, and when it does, it destroys the item, so that's oh, that is precisely what happened. No, it didn't actually destroy the item, it just failed. But it still cost us 100 gems, so What we will simply do now is we will try this until we succeed. It's possible that we won't. 2 attempts. Our luck in doing this depends highly on the level of the caster and which item it is that we're trying to duplicate. If you're trying to duplicate a very expensive item, then it mostly fails. One thing that occurs to me here is that it's possible that Magic of the Spell doesn't even have space for the item, which is not necessarily a good idea. It still fails. We'll sell this cinder pipe. We are never going to use it. We bought it because, or we kept it because we thought we might run into a character that could potentially use it, but the problem is that it requires a certain alignment and it's really limited as to who it's useful for. It's basically just a sorcerer. Try this 3 more times. Not successful yet. One more go. Chances are we simply won't be able to do this. I give up. So duplicating this item is impossible. What we will then do instead is head over to Atlantium and buy the best defense ring we can find, which is +2, I think, since that gives us a little bit of a boost, not nearly as much as the defense ring, and hope that we find a similar item later on in the game, which is certainly possible. It's not impossible at all. And the blacksmith here is at the top of the map, right here. He has a defense ring +2 that we can use with the rubber. I'll remove the emerald ring from the rubber, trade the emerald ring to the archer again, equip it there, and that leaves us in 40, 38, 42, 48, 39, 18, 28, and 20. Which is not perfect, but it's about as good as we can make it right now. We will go back to Middlegate and save this current status here. Now the question remains, what is next on the agenda here? Do we now try our luck with the clerical one, or do we wait for a level 9 there, which I think is important enough that we just simply not try it? Or do we do what I really want to do right now? Do we go here and grind some barbarians until we are able to level the archer up to 21? I think that's actually what we will do for now. We won't need a ton of trips. It isn't really all that many that we need to take. And it won't take us all that long either. We gain about 30,000 for each trip here. There are 5 of these encounters. And then you have this encounter here, which is probably quite a bit as well. Try this one as well. That's 33.75. Isn't really enough. Go back and take a look at the loot and then make another trip. So doesn't take very long. The good thing about the barbarians is that you do gain a significant amount of fairly useful stuff. Here we found a bee splint mail plus 5. Yeah, he's already wearing an splint mail. So we will sell this one. Save this, make another trip. Go back and level up the archer. Once we're done with this trip here. Did we miss a spot here? Yeah, we did. We can easily take 2 without resting and without even giving any care as to how we do it. Perhaps not 3. Yeah, it really is. I've tried to limit it a lot because it's not very fun to watch. Not particularly exciting to watch someone endlessly do the same thing over and over again. So I will try to keep it to a minimum, but this is a fairly quick way to grind. Doesn't take very long and it has good rewards. Let's see, we should probably be very close to being able to level up the archer now. Sir Hiron is ready. He needs 27,000, so that's one more trip. So that would make the top 4 all level 21. That is fiercely powerful. I've done this a few times now, either before retiring or just before retiring, for these moments where we are very close to being able to level up, and saves us a lot of effort in beating the smaller monsters in the game. Now, Big Potay managed level 15. That's a huge thing for us as well. Roland is still a little bit short. We need to make 2 more of these trips. It's not far off though. It's fairly important to me to be able to, since we need to make a trip to the clerics and the guilds, to the temples and the guilds, I meant to say, to try to finish leveling up everyone to 21 at the same time, so we don't have to make multiple trips. Probably need to think about stocking up on food at some point as well. Now, since we are just about to make it through here, I will simply go off the map and go back into the map. No particular need to not do that. Simpler than having to run off the other end. If my calculations are correct, we need to have 1 more fight with the barbarians before being able to level up. So now I will leave them up to the other side here and return. We will finish this one off and then return to town. Accidentally made the knight open the case, which did not work very well. Survived anyway. Now let's sell some of this stuff we've accrued here, quite a bit of it. Potentially valuable to have the Iron Helm +7 if we need one of them. Also a Hero Medal +5 and a Ray Gun +4. I'm not... What do we have here? We have a Ray Gun +2, so that's potentially valuable to us. Let's see if we can actually wear it. Yes, we can. So that's very useful. Do we have a Ray Gun +5 here and a +2 here? We will sell this one. Now the Hero Medal. I forget what the Cleric has at the moment. He has a +2. And Big Potay has a +6. So potentially he can wear this. Don't really find a ton of them lying around, particularly not ones you can actually wear. It's not the correct alignment. We've had this problem multiple times. So we will sell it. And that leaves the Iron Helm. We have a +7. This is a useless item. This is a fairly useless item. So is this, and this, and this. Let's see if we can wear this. Yes, we can. So that's very good. We'll sell the +5. Riot Tuck is getting fairly close to level 16. We really need him to finish off leveling to 16 and then eventually to 17. That's really what we want to happen before we attempt the Cleric's quest again. And technically we would also want Big Potato to level up. It would be very strong to have both of them, but would still help quite a bit, even if only one of them was leveled up high enough. I will make a trip to the 4th and 5th town to possibly starting with the 3rd town as well, to learn new spells for the paladin or rather mostly the archer. Paladin is already well set. I think he's at level 7 and he's learned all of them except for the earth encasement spell, but we'll see anyway. Might be spells here that he hasn't learned. Possible. This is the international market. The temple is here, yes. Now let's see. So Roland has nothing to learn here. William Tell has nothing to learn here. It's the 4th town we want. Here's the temple. So Roland has nothing to learn here either. Why? Does he already have 7-2? Yes, he does. Okay. We'll visit the final town here. Did we visit the guild here? No, we didn't. No, we didn't actually. Here we are. 6-1, 6-3, 6-5, 7-2. Now we are at a point where we've reached spell level 7 with these characters, which is enormous. So we now have access to spells like the Dancing Sword here for the archer. Certainly useful in battle. I will go back. And continue mapping the outside area. I will start here on the other side with D2. We've already finished A2 and B2. I think we will try to complete this little strip here in the middle of the map. It's at least tempting to try to do so. And as before, we will walk both south and north through the entire map. We also haven't done the Luxus Palace Royale, which I believe is here in D2. Not started with that. That is technically the fourth castle in the game. Now let's see, there is something here. A tree hangs full with ripe magic fruit. Pick and eat. Let's see. Take a screenshot here before we eat something. See what effect it has, if any. Sure. Let's see what happens. Our might has been increased to 200, which is a slight hike. So every character basically now has 200 might until we sleep. That is potentially useful if you're going to go into a difficult battle, for example. You can certainly use the added might. It would greatly increase the damage that each hit does. Now there's another tree here over at 1-7. And again, I will snapshot and take a bite. Our speed has been increased to 200. That would allow us to deal a far higher number of blows to the enemy. So if there were some enemy here close which would require removing a lot of hit points, then this would potentially be very useful to us. And of course we can also leave them up, we just cannot rest, or the effects of the spell will wear off. Accidentally left the map here. That was not really what I was going to do, but it doesn't really matter. Four of these royal horsemen here. A very decent amount of experience that we got for beating them down. And obviously we also had 200 might and 200 speed, so that was an easy way to earn 12,000 experience points. Let's see how we do now when we don't have 200 might. We don't do nearly as well. We are able to finish it, but it's a far tougher battle than the other one was. Yeah, that's basically the whole point of leveling up to 21. That's where you are at a point where you can basically do these fights without having to constantly worry that you'll drop dead. Oh, this is an interesting battle. Two of these Crusaders. Some Gorgons, a Minotaur, and some Deadheads. This is not a great fight for us. We'll take it anyway, though. I'll use the Sandstorm spell here. And hope that the Gorgon doesn't turn all of us to stone here. That would not be great. We need our wits about us. And I can use a disintegration spell on the Crusader. And we can fight the Gorgons, hopefully. To perhaps try the Moonray spell here. Although in my opinion, it very often does incredibly little actual damage. Doesn't have enough spell points to be able to cast this. Can't cast the lightning bolt either. So then I think it's best to just have him shoot the Gorgon. He really should try to take down the Minotaur as well. Before he sprays us again. Cure the Sorcerer. And cure the Paladin. Now you can see that the archer now is shooting from the bow and causing damage figures, which are, we saw 123, which is a huge number at this point. So we are inflicting a lot of damage. The Gorgons go down. That head is dead. We can use the disintegration spell on the Crusader here. And we win. Found the skeleton key plus 10. It's a powerful thing. For a thief, it's a powerful thing. But we don't really need it at this stage of the game. You can probably still sell it though for quite a bit of money. This might be our new location for grinding. Here's another one of these trees. We are in X3Y9. I wonder what it does for us. I will, as per usual, screenshot. It's obvious when it's 200, but if it isn't 200, then sort of need to know what has been raised. That isn't obvious to me right now. Okay, it turns a random member of the party to stone. That's what it does. Does it do anything else? No. Can't see that it actually does anything else. It's probably a hoax. We are getting close to about the middle point of this map. Then we leave the rather grassy area that we've been in here for a while and go towards the desert. These are good fights here. Bring us a lot of experience. And I think we could safely almost always use the quick fight here. These are not terribly difficult. You would have to be very unlucky to die. Although I suppose it could still happen. Royal territory, it says. And that is certainly true. We walked into these royal horsemen multiple times. Another of these battles here. Should get rid of the Minotaur here first if we possibly can. As well as the Holy Man. Although I tried to get rid of as many of these damn B2s as I could. And made pretty good progress with that. One of the problems that we might have at some point is that we are getting a little bit lazy in the use of magic. We're using a lot of high level magical spells, which means that we're losing a bit of gems, because if you use magical spells on lower level monsters, you tend to not gain any of the gems that you use in battle. So here is the Luxus Palace Royale. We will skip it for now. But that's, we could make one run at the Luxus Palace. I assume that we would want to finish up the black battles first to save the Bishop of Black Battle. That's potentially something that we would want to do. And there are plenty of these horsemen here. We're approaching the jurors. We're about halfway done here. I think we will simply return to middle gate and save the progress that we've made here. Sell off some of this stuff before our backpacks are completely full. I will also buy some more food. We were just about to run out. See if something calls out to us here. There's this skeleton key. Most of these items are low value items, but there's this B-ring mainly worth a bit. Sure, Sir Iron is also some stuff we should sell. As a quick counter, Friar Tuck is about 81,000 off. So halfway to what he needed to go to level 16. We'll go finish mapping that particular square. Starting where we left off, basically. Although I will have these nice battles here with the horsemen. They are a quick way of earning good experience points. Now we're in the desert. Slowly moving into the desert. Less and less green we're seeing on each trip here. As we are reaching the outer side of the map here. Yeah, let's finally go to bed and get some sleep. Thanks for coming again, dude. I will finish this up and probably go to the castle next. And finish the ground level there before going to bed. This is far more fun when someone is here watching, otherwise it's just me playing a computer game. Okay, so now we should probably go finish the Luxus Palace Royale. The ground floor, that is. We are not going to attempt a dungeon right now. We will attempt the actual palace. This is actually not the same place. This is something called Dreary Mandagol's Keep. Casts a dark shadow. Chill crawls up your spine as a blood-curdling scream warns. Enter at your own risk. I just assumed, since we saw the picture of the castle here earlier, that this was indeed the Luxus Palace Royale, and since it has a picture of the castle as well, but that is in fact not the case. This is Mandagol's Keep, and this is a different location. So here is some battle, a very difficult one with a huge number of fairly difficult enemies. Let's see what we can do. Oh, these are certainly difficult. That is pretty much a given. And our main problem with William Tell at this point is that he has a very low number of actual spell points, so the level of magic that he can cast is fairly low. We can cast a dancing sword here. We sort of need to get rid of as many of these demon soldiers as we can, as soon as we can, because they are wreaking havoc on us here. And all the clerics are unconscious at this point, so we don't have enough spell points to cast the... Might be able to cast the Sunstorm. No, we don't survive. We can try this one again. This was a fun battle. One that is very likely to give us a significant number of actual experience points. This one does appear to be a lot easier than the other one was. In fact, it does appear to be pretty easy in general. Get some 7600. Which is a bit... So it's possible that this is just the encounter. At least there is nothing to enter here. It's just a passage to the actual palace. Whereas this is the palace itself. Of course, it's the usual fight with the castle guards. which we complete at this point very easily. Now, the juggler used to be formidable, but he is not at this stage. Great hall. Juggler in each corner here of the room. He will beat him down. Now there are quite a few of these unlabeled doors here. Both seem to lead to the same room, however. And there is obviously a hidden level down here that we need to map as well. This appears to be perpetually dark. So 1 by 1 square here. I will cast a lasting light spell to help us along. Okay, the dungeon is here at the bottom in X0, Y0. Well, that's been mapped, and there's a door here as well. There's a long corridor. Temple, it says. Fighting room. I'll check the temple first. Little Princess plays with an A1 total. Yes, that is an item that we want. It's the last of the casual items that we have been collecting. We now have all 4 of them. The N27 Raticorn, the N19 Capitor, the J26 Fluxer, and the A1 Totalor are all items that we need. And matching items for these are also the discs that are present in that happen to be present in the dungeons of these castles. So to get to them, we need to finish the dungeons, which so far have proven to be difficult, but we are also leveling up quite quickly now, so we might at some point be ready to try that again. Same or similar battle here with these holy men. They're difficult, but not impossible. It's hard to say exactly where in the difficulty line the palace is. The ones that we have fought so far, the castles, we completed the ground level on all of them, and in that particular case, the most difficult one was Pinehurst. Now the paladins are certainly worthy opposaries or enemies. They have quite a bit of hit points, so I will use some magic to help us take them down, at least weaken them, and finish them off with the melee weapons. We found the pirate's crossbow +5. That is a very useful item. And if we can use it, I might even just go back. Forget what this does for us. No, we are not the correct alignment. The pirate's crossbow is powerful because it increases our thievery percentage, and it might have meant that we could remove one of the picks, therefore use potentially another defensive ring, which would have increased the armor class of the thief. We were not that lucky. This is an easier battle. The Dwarven Knights are not that difficult. We've beaten them before. We know we can beat them again. We find a lot of gold and gems here. A fighting room. It's a source of entertainment for us here. I will use the sandstorm here to help us and then finish them off. You can sort of tell how powerful we've become on how easy these battles are going. These would have been just 2 levels ago or so much more difficult than they are now. Of course, the class quests have meant that we've leveled up many levels. And in fact, we've maximized the magical levels of our own paladin and our own archer. For these, I will make 2 rounds of the sandstorm. They are twice as difficult as the Dwarven Knights, but also give us twice the amount of experience. Now, target room, this one says. These are court bowmen. They are formidable enough. Get 10,000 experience for beating them down. I assume there are 3 of these battles here, and there are that's 30,000 potential experience points. We are finding some pretty great items here as well. So this is the palace so far is giving us valuable experience and valuable items. They don't appear to be guarding anything. There is nothing more here. We've completed basically this part of the castle here, or the palace, I should say. So it's very tempting now to head back to town through this long and winding path. No, I'm not interested in this fight again. Serves little point. We'll go take a look at some of these items here as we sell them. There's a plate mail +5, a maul. So not terribly valuable. Now, holy charm, a crossbow +8. We might look at that. Great hammer +9. we might look at that as well. A B plate mail plus 8. Definitely look at that. This is not worth very much, and neither is the small shield. Assuming Sir Hiran is also full of stuff here. Which we will trade up and see about selling. Apple patch and a stone hammer and a scythe and a thieves pick and a splint mail and an antidote tail. The 3 valuable items are here. What is potentially useful for us here is this crossbow, which the robber can potentially use. And he can, so that's a great upgrade. That's a +5 in damage per round. Which will increase the level of damage the robber can do from range considerably. Now the great hammer is a clerical weapon, which requires the cleric to not be wearing a shield, which for us at this point is difficult. But if he can wear it, I'm inclined to have him keep it, because we might not find a hammer like this again. No room. There's no other problem, so he could potentially use it. So if you remove the shield, he can equip it. Oh, okay. It's the wrong alignment. And I will get rid of it. Then there's the B plate mail +8. And it's also fairly valuable. It's only for a knight or a paladin. It has the S splint mail. The Sir Lancelot only has the plate armor +5. He's at 40. Wrong alignment. Okay. Can't be neutral. Potentially needs to be good. Hiron is also neutral. So effectively this might be, yes. Gives us better armor, but not the protection from electricity, which the other one does. And to me that's actually fairly important. But this is a powerful enough weapon that I will still keep it, or armor, that I will keep it around. We will level up Friar Tuck to level 16. He's now only a level away from being a level 9 spellcaster, which means that we could attempt the clerical class quest again. But in the meantime, we'll continue with the palace. Might enter into this fight again. It appears to be very interesting. Got unlucky here on the first attempt. Since then it's mostly been easy going enough. Oh, it would be nice if we would find a castle key at some point. That would certainly be nice. And now we enter the Great Hall. Sumptuous feast is laid upon the huge banquet table. Take some, yes. We fill up our food here for free. Here's the joke of the day. Why are there only 20 hours in an orc day? Ever see an orc with 24 fingers and toes? It's nice to be back at the with the orc jokes. This is the fool's room. I assumed there would be fools waiting for us, and indeed there are fools here waiting for us. They are scared witless and they run away. Barracks, it says 20 some man at arms here, although they are mostly running away from us as well. Oh, they were very easy to handle, and basically it's just a matter of collecting our rewards. Now, Korok's study is here. I believe once we actually manage to revive him, then we can go there and get our reward. Gwynton, Korok's apprentice, is busily packing away his belongings before he goes to Lord Peabody's. He says that Korok's body is hidden in the cave in Korok's Wood and that Korok's soul is at X10Y15 in the Lost Soul Woods. We know all of this. We've already located his soul and found the cavern and found what it is that we need to do. We're just a level away from being able to attempt that again. We've attempted it multiple times. It's fairly difficult. There are many battles to be fought, and you can only bring the Cleric and the Thief, so limited to 3 party members, which makes it that much more difficult. Let's see. The Palace Alchemist Chamber contains piles of gold made for the treasury. No. I see no particular point in stealing anything here. Taking food is one thing. Now, there are 20 of the inept wizards here. They are not particularly powerful, but they have still able to do some damage, so I will get rid of all of them here fairly quickly. Get very low number of experience points for doing so. Same joke on the other side. So the Court Wizard is not here, and Korok is not here, since they are both presumably dead and need to be revived. Distraught Queen Lamanta wails, whilst my courtiers are merry. A heavy burden I must carry. If only you gained your plus and won the Triple Crown. Now, we are actually fairly well along in doing that. What we might do when we get out of here right now is hello there, Hitch. Thanks for the raid, dude. Welcome. Yeah, I see that. Welcome everybody from Hitch's channel. Hope you had fun. What were you guys playing? Okay. So, hello Pixels, welcome. I'm in the Luxus Palace Royale, and we've made good progress with it so far. I've completed about half of the palace so far. All the levels I have visited are now clearly marked on the map, and this is basically the fourth castle-like dungeon in the game, and the most difficult of the four that we have attempted so far. But we have also been leveling up fairly high, so they are now pretty ferocious and difficult to deal with. The going has been pretty good so far. Yeah, it's very well designed, and the interface for the first game is basically the same. It's very neatly laid out and organized, and you can basically probably required by Apple at the time to use their mouse and menu interface, but you can control almost 90% using the keyboard, which I do. But spellcasting is done with the mouse. This is tiny little square here that we haven't accessed yet. I will figure out how to get in there. Probably simplest to use the teleport spell. Bring us in there. Juggler is a interesting little shit. He reorganizes the entire party when he hits us. The 6 of them is not much of a problem. There appears to be nothing else actually in here. Yeah, at the early levels of the game, he's very dangerous because what he does is when he casts the juggle, he both causes damage and then he moves the weakest characters to the front. So you end up in a battle where someone like your mage is the frontmost character, and she of course ends up dying fairly quickly. Then you're left without the ability to cast magic. So that means that he's fairly easily able to kill the rest of you. So, in the early levels of the game, he's a very formidable enemy. Right now, he's someone we can basically hack down. Now, it's very tempting now to stroll back to town, and we've been gathering quite a bit of items that we found while beating the monsters. So I'm going to run through the mountains here and take a trip over to the first town and sell some of this loot. Before we end up in a situation where we are out of slots. We'll take a better look at some of these items here as well. Usually when I do go and sell at the blacksmith, I also take a look at the prices, and if there are valuable items, I take a better look at them. Here we have a fireball bow +5. We already have one of these. And we also have a burning crossbow, which is potentially useful to us, which we can't use. Many of the items that you find are limited to a certain class or alignment, and it's particularly the alignment bit that becomes difficult now. Although even if this is a +11 burning crossbow, which would be very valuable to us, we can't really use it because we don't have any character in the party of the correct alignment. So we will simply sell it off, fetch us quite a bit of money. I'm going to check on the leveling status here if we need to level anybody up. We are attempting to bring everybody up to level 21. We are a bit off because all the characters in the game have to complete class quests, and I have to go at the class quests alone. So they can only bring a robber to help them. So if you take on the archer's class quest, for example, you can bring archers, multiple ones if you want, but and a robber with them, but nobody else. And there are 2 class quests remaining. The clerical class quest, which we've attempted now 3 times without success, and the sorcerer's class quest, and therefore the clerics and the sorcerers in the party are 4 or 5 levels down from the rest. Completed the paladin's class quest as well as the archers and the knights, and bringing the robber along also finishes his. So the robber's class quest has also been finished. There are secret areas down here that we need to access. We will take advantage of the teleport spell here. It's pitch dark in here, so we'll cast lasting light. Make our way west. There is nothing in any of these squares here, nothing to be seen. We'll go out again. I think it's fairly certain that this is another 1x1 square. So we will teleport into that as well, and it's also a fight with the jugglers. I accidentally used a knight to open the chest, which is not the best idea in the world, but we survived. The robber is now at a level where he is basically a 100% thief, which means that we have a 100% chance of being able to open the chest without having it explode, which is useful. Now this is the Hall of Illusions. I assume that this means that we will have lots of fun here with teleports and random disappearances. There are multiple unlabeled doors here. A long corridor. This one is labeled the Black Room, so I know what that is. We need to finish one more thing before finishing that off. These are court mages. I will assume they are powerful, and take a look at them here. Not terribly. Not ready for the Black Room yet. We have one thing to finish before attempting that. It's good to know that it's there. These are surprisingly easy to finish off. Then again, our armor class is fairly high at this point in the game. Now I check every wall for a secret message. There are often messages written on the doors somewhere which contain clues that we need. As I remember, the Iron Wizard is pretty much immune to melee attacks. So yeah, he is. So we have to take him down using only magic. The illusionist is here. He's the reverse of the Iron Wizard. He can't be beaten down using magic. You have to use only melee attacks on him. This hall seems to be mostly about encounters with the various different types of magical casters in the game. Okay. There are 3 rooms left here. More of these Iron Wizards. Oh. Most of these are spread when they're spread around the game. They are in cohorts with other more powerful monsters, and the illusionist, when combined with multiple other monsters, is a far more difficult creature because he drains your spell level. But on his own like this, he's not particularly dangerous. Let's see, we've done all of this except for the last room here, and we need to go finish that off now before we can go in there. So we will again trot back to town. I'm taking this mountainous route here because there are many squares on the map where we face encounters, so this is an encounter-free way to get back to town. Start by selling off some of this stuff that we found here along the way. And I will save. The only way to save in this game is to enter these in the towns. So if you don't go back regularly and save, you basically lose any progress that you've made. Now we need to head over to the last town in the game, and the game conveniently provides these portals you can use to travel between the different towns. And I already have access to a spell that allows me to travel to any town I want, but it comes at the cost of gems. So I prefer to use this method. It's cheaper for us. Now I have to go visit the blacksmith here, and I need to buy 3 of these black tickets here. And then we will go to the inn in this particular town and save our status there. This is the 5th and final town in the game, and the next thing is then to go to the Colosseum in this town and have a battle with these monsters here. There are 8 of these wizards here, and they appear to take a significant amount of beating. One disadvantage to the archer at this point in the game is that he has a fairly low number of spell points. We mostly use him for his archery skills. So he isn't regularly used for casting magic. And we haven't really spent a lot of time bringing him up to speed in that regard, but we win this battle and receive 70,000 experience points, as well as 50,000 gold. And that's one battle to win the black triple crown, which we need to do. We need to win a battle in each of the towns that contains an arena of some sort, which is not this one. The 5th town, the 2nd town, and the 1st one. The 5th town has the Colosseum. This particular town has a monster bow, which is here, which now features a fight with these stone golems. They tend to be ordered in order of difficulty, so the 1st town would have the easiest fights, while the 5th and final town would have the most difficult. But it's also ordered by the dice as well, so you can certainly get unlucky and find yourself in a situation where a battle in the 1st town is more difficult than the ones that you tried previously. The stone golem is very difficult in the sense that he has a very high armor class. He's very hard to hit. So we're using a lot of magic to take him down here. Not being totally successful in doing so. I will take a quick peek at how much he has left here. Still has some 221 hit points remaining, the top one. And we've certainly been beating him down quite a bit. So doesn't really bode very well for us. We are out of spell points for the sorcerer. What we should probably do is run and attempt this again. Rest here. We'll need to go buy another ticket since we used it. The black tickets can only be purchased in the last town in the game. And they are the final tickets. We've already completed this event for the green, yellow, and red ticket. So only the black one remains. The point of these battles is that in each castle and palace there is a bishop that you can rescue and gain the full amount for the quest. You need to do two things. You need to buy a key in the correct color. So for the green bishop you need the green key, and you need to finish and win a triple crown using the green ticket, the yellow ticket, the red ticket, and the black ticket to become a triple crown winner. And we've already rescued the bishop of green, yellow, and red, but we have not finished the black one, which is then the one we were that we found in the palace where we were just a moment ago. So we now need to finish this off here. Instead of the stone golem, we are dealing with these stalkers here. They have a high number of hit points, but unlike the stone golems, they don't have quite as high an armor class, so the attacks from the other party members actually do quite a bit more damage. To take a peek here, only 91 remaining, that's not a lot. We could potentially just beat them down here. 30,000 again experience points, and again 30,000 gold. So now we've completed two of them, only one remains. We'll travel back to the first town where the first arena is and save the current state before doing so. We completed the fight in the Colosseum, and in the Monster Bowl this one is simply called the arena. So here we have 8 of these apparitions. And as I remember, the apparition is easier than the ones that we fought so far, but still has a high armor class, so it's difficult to beat down. We now receive 11,000 and 20,000 gold. This was by far the easiest one yet. So we are now, having won the battle using the black ticket in all 3 arenas, we have been awarded with the black triple crown. And, there is nothing that indicates it in the game, but it is still a fact. So now we can, using our black key that we purchased in the final town, which is present with the Cleric, and having won the triple crown, we can travel to the palace and go to the black room and save the bishop of black battle and receive a reward for doing so. That is then the final thing that we do in the palace. But it's not the last of the palace, because there are also beneath all of the castles and the palace, there are dungeons, 2 levels in fact, that we have not completed, and they are the most difficult in the game. But they do eventually yield you the items that you need to finish the game. Yes, good night, Pizzles. Thanks for coming, dude. Thanks for the good luck. Now, the Bishop of Black Battle is freed from imprisonment by your black key, which grants us 10,000 experience, and he also grants all black Triple Crown winners 200,000 experience. So that's significant. So now we've completed the last room here. I will travel back to the town and see if this was enough to level one of us up. I think not. I think we need a couple of 100,000 more. I accidentally entered this square here, but we will fight ourselves out of this fairly easily. Once you reach a level of 21 or so, it becomes easy enough to beat them all down. And in addition to that, they mostly run away from you. Get rid of this stuff here and visit the training grounds, see what the status is there. We are slowly approaching level 22. The cleric needs 329,000. And the secondary hireling cleric needs 40,000 for level 16. That's quite a chunk. So the question now becomes, do we simply grind for it and level up before finishing up for the night? It's tempting to do so. There are some areas here where there are areas here in the middle where you can have a fight with these royal horsemen, and more than semi-difficult. They're actually very difficult, but they yield us a decent amount of experience without much bother. Get some 12,000 per group of royal horsemen that we bring down. We already gained some 36,000 experience points. $60,000 now. There are none here, but perhaps some here, yes. So that's some 80,000 that we've reached at this point. So we can go back, sell some of the loot, and take another look at how many more we need. So found a looter knife +9. Potentially useful item. We'll see if we can use it. Don't have a free slot for it. Unless we remove the plus sword. Sort of tempting if it works. It does not. It's not the right alignment. Can't be used by the evil alignment, which is fairly common. We will save the progress that we made so far. Check how much is left. Need 245,000 more. We need about, we can level up Big Potato. We need 3 more of these trips to finish this off. I think I will do that right now. I will make 3 more of these trips. As I mentioned previously in the stream, I have tried to keep the grinding in the game to a minimum, but there is a level of grinding to be completed in almost all of these older RPGs. You need to have these continuous fights again and again to earn experience, and there are a few places in the game where I have found these particular encounters which are low risk but high reward. And it used to be the barbarians in the Forbidden Forest, but since we've now leveled up considerably, it's now these horsemen here. And my requirement for doing this is that these are fairly quick battles. There's a low risk that we perish during battle. There's a low risk that we die. And there's a pretty high reward in terms of experience points, so we don't have to do this hundreds of times. This encounter happens to fill out all of these slots. But these encounters reset every time you leave them up, so all you have to do is to have them again is to simply go out of the map and return. But I use the opportunity to go back to town anyway and save, just in the odd chance that we are unlucky enough to die or have a certain encounter which we can't get out of. Found some potentially valuable items here. Fire shield +9 is of particular interest to me. If we could perhaps use it. 39 to 27. I'm going to at least attempt it. It's a great item. Yes, we can. So that's a fantastic protection from fire that we just got. And it's very tempting now to sell this cold shield here, remove the silver shield, sell that as well. See if we can equip the great shield that we just removed with the other cleric, which we potentially can. No, he's not the correct alignment, so also large shield plus 8 here. We'll also attempt that. No, also the wrong alignment. I will give him back his silver shield then. It's better than nothing. So we also have an eye ring mail plus 7. Going to take a gander at that as well. Potentially useful for the archer if he can actually wear it. Might not be able to due to the alignment issues. Yeah, he can't see. We might also try it with Sir Iron. No, that is not possible. So it's not neutral in any case. We already have an S splint mail there. We're not going to replace that. Potentially we could. We have an S splint mail plus 5 here. We're not going to replace that either. Possibly the S scale mail, but not really. Nope. This is not better than anything that we have at the moment, since we can't use it with any alignment. This is the problem with these items. Now the chance sword, which gives you additional luck, would be a pretty great item to use with the robber if we can equip it. But we cannot. And realistically, we don't really need it with anyone else, so I will sell it. You can buy some very basic defensive items and armor in the at the blacksmith in the towns, but for the most part, most of the really valuable items are found either by completing quests or by fighting enemies on the outside. Most of the our best defensive item for all the characters is an emerald ring, which is found by fighting the snow beast in the third town. And he's very difficult to get to, and it's a lot of process to finish it, but it's very much worth it in the end. And we did that battle multiple times to get basically an emerald ring for every member of the party, and we've then rearranged it a little bit so that some of the characters that are more armor challenged, they got to have 2 rings, because the archer, for example, as a general rule, cannot wear a shield. Whereas the Knight and the Paladin, assuming they are not wearing multi-handed weapons, can. So can the Cleric. So the Archer is more difficult to armor up than some of the others. We've run out of food, which is a bad idea. So I will create some. Let's see, I need to share it here so that everyone has food. And then rest everyone. That did not work at all. Okay, he can't share the food. Fine. I will head back to town and buy some food. Now, 6 of the members of the party are the original members and characters that I got in the game, whereas 2 of the members, Sir Hiron and Big Boutte, are members that I found as hireling characters in the game. You can hire a character to be part of the party to fill it out to a maximum of 8. And I'm paying them a fixed amount of money per day, which is dependent on their level. So Sir Hiron is now some 5,500 gold per day. And Big Boutte is similar, but they provide valuable services to the party. And there are multiple characters in the game to choose from, and you can certainly set up your party with any class or character that you want, but I've found this combination here of having 2 knights and a paladin at the front 3 spots, followed by an archer, and then having a robber, 2 clerics, and a mage to be a pretty good combination. So the 2 clerics are useful both later on in the game when they have the more powerful clerical combat spells, but also during battle for healing purposes. You can keep the front line healed up, while the clerics in the back can cast healing and combat spells in tandem. The grind continues here. We just found an S splint mail +7 and an S plate mail +7, both of which are very valuable pieces of armor. Take a look at that when we get back to town, whether we can actually use them. A lot of the items that you find out in the wild are limited to a certain alignment, and I'm fairly sure that that is mostly a roll of the dice. So when you search for the treasure, it gets assigned some random alignment, and you are limited with the rest. Sometimes you get lucky and the character that actually needs the item is the correct alignment, and sometimes you don't. Now, there's a blowpipe +9 here, which we might want to use. But the major items that we found here are the S plate mail +7 and certainly the S splint mail +9. They are very valuable. Now, if we can only wear them, the cleric currently has a S splint mail +5. Not wear this one. How about the other cleric? He can brings his armor class up to 34. There's a hike of some 6, some major hike. And then in addition to that, we have this S plate mail +7 here. which is cannot be worn by good alignment in any case. 40 down to 25. Not by neutral, so it's evil only. Limits it quite a bit. We have no paladins or knights which are evil, so sadly this item isn't useful to us. I was also going to check out the blowpipe. We have a blowpipe plus 5 here, but no, we can't use it, so we will sell it. Sell this, sell this, sell this, and this, and this, and this. And in addition to that, there are some items here as well. The hirelings, such as the knight here, they can't shop with the blacksmith, so when we need to sell items that have been dropped into his backpack, we need to transfer them to a player character to be able to sell them. I want to check how much is remaining here. Need 17,000 more. That's not really a lot. For magic of the spell, we need 157,000. Okay. Don't need to level her up right now. I will finish this task here, and since we only need about 17,000, I will now take a big fight with the barbarians here instead. It takes slightly less time. This was the previous grinding spot. Barbarians are tough, and they give us a lot of experience and a decent amount of gold and gems as well. There are 5 of these barrels in the same square, so we've now managed some 18,000, which is enough to finish what we wanted to do here. Well, now we can simply stroll back to town and finish leveling up as we sell these items that we found here. Level 17 is ours, and that also means that we will now save our position here and then travel to the 5th and final town to learn the final clerical spells. Most of the higher level spells are either learned at the temple, which is in each town, and depending on the level, the final town in the game has the level 8 and 9 clerical spells. So this is where we will learn spell 9.3 and 9.4, which you have to pay 150,000 to learn. But we learn resurrection and uncurse item. So we can now resurrect an eradicated party member, and we can uncurse items in the backpack. And what we've been waiting for is we've already found the Holy Word spell and the Divine Intervention spell. And we've been waiting a while to be able to cast this Holy Word spell, because that is the ultimate undead spell in the game. And unlike the Turn Undead spell, which will eradicate some of the undead monsters, the Holy Word spell is there's a single Holy Word which basically eradicates every undead monster that you're fighting. So when you're in a fight with multiple difficult undead monsters, you can get rid of all of them by casting a single spell. And that has really been the problem with finishing the clerical class quest. We needed to be able to get to this level to attempt that again. So the plan for tomorrow then is to, when we continue this on part 17 of this almost endless mission, is to get going with the clerical class quest and see if we can finish that off. And that leaves just the sorcerers, which would then be the next task after that, to go and visit a good and evil wizard and see if we can finish off the sorcerer class quest as well. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for coming here. It's been a great pleasure to have so many of you here. And I'm going to take a gander as to who we can potentially raid. Dr. DCS is playing a role-playing game on the PC, which looks pretty nice. He's a very mellow and easygoing fellow and easy to listen to. I think we will head over to his channel. So I want to say thank you very much again for being here with me. It's much more fun to do this while someone is listening and watching. I hope to see you again soon, but come along with me to Dr. DCS. He's a lot of fun. Thanks for coming again, and good night, guys.